How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl here on the channel today. Looking at a Golos deck, and it's not your typical Golos deck, because there's something you might notice about the lower section of these cards. Keep. They're all Eric Deschamps art, so excluding lands and commander, because I need a 5-color commander. Every other card in the deck is by Eric Deschamps. Mispronounced the name. The reason for that is because this is the first mythic I ever opened of Magic the Gathering. And as a result, I've always been a fan of Eric Deschamps artwork in cards. So whenever a new set came out, I would, generally speaking, try to collect whatever card art he had done in that given set. And I oftentimes was not very successful, but still, it is something that I got myself up to. Swinging for 1. Not as good as our opponent 3, but we actually have a blocker now. So he's been a long time Magic artist. Don't know much at all about him, but Regulator. Card draw, please. Okay. We don't want to get rid of Regulator. Approach is probably you, even though you're the most powerful card in my hand by a large margin. Turn 4 Blade Historian on the play against us is not a great place to be. Because one thing I noticed putting this deck together is that Mr. Deschamps drew a lot of creature artwork, but not so many removal spells, at least not on Arena. And that is why we're nearly dead. Hoisting the blame on other people. I could be ashamed. I guess I'll blame the dev team for not putting the removal on Arena. That could be a valid excuse. I mean, not a practical one, but a valid one, maybe. Probably not, though. Yeah, I got me a Triome opponent. We only got to play 2 cards. I mean, that is GG right there. Oh, the slow attack, too. And there was much thought going on. Arena did get an update today. I don't know what, because there's no alchemy today. There's no bannings. So like the update was probably something back end that we don't see, but I know I could probably just read. It's probably in the Arena patch notes. Or not the Arena patch notes, the notes that they come up with every so often. I don't remember what they call it. It's right there. It's the one that you always get it in the mail, and you think to yourself, "Wow, this could be something cool," and it's like, "Nope, okay." That could be a ways off. Like I didn't know he made blue green Triumph, or do I want the black green or Zygar? I think I want the Zygar. Yeah, this one. I don't have a black source, so this opened up Fatal Push, it opened up Borrower. Well, it opened up half a Borrower, which is kind of... Fatal Push is the card that it came out, it was the greatest thing to ever happen, and then it kind of just disappeared. I'm a little bit sad about Fatal Push, because what happened to it is that it... Oh, maybe even you. Yeah, because if I, tap, if I get this guy down, I can return Brazen Borrower to the field. So, I'll make up for a little bit of card advantage there.
Well, clearly
Yeah,
I'm
poor Fatal Push, what happened to it was that it,
think about it.
Gee, Lance, where you at, bro? I kind of need you. When it was printed, it was the only card that did its thing. It was the only really viable 1-mana removal spell outside of like lightning bolts and unsummons, right? Things that were conditional and didn't have a great deal of flexibility. Fatal Push is still conditional. Like, it's basically a lightning bolt that works in some conditions that the lightning bolt doesn't, but also, like, if you were just playing an on-curve deck, which doesn't really exist, but like if the mana curve matched the toughness as it used to, Fatal Push was essentially just a lightning bolt that did 1 extra damage. Kind of. It's a weird way of thinking about it, but if I draw a land, I get a Golos again.
Don't bother me.
You know, attacking with your Clone Craft? Okay. Pulsatory Rest. Old Clone Crafter needs a break. Yeah, so like it was really good for the time, but it was it's kind of non-land, yeah. I actually don't want my opponent to have that. And I don't want her to have that. The way this guy works is that we each conjure what the other person discards. So I get a turtle, but no crab, which is very cool. He looks like a Skyrim mud crab. My opponent gets a Disciple of the Sun, which was probably the worst choice I had. But I didn't want to give my opponent haste. I guess our win condition for this one is that they sell their soul to Davriel and just kind of destroy themselves by accepting his offers. It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. Want to get down my Menace Boy? Gonna get rid of Nanashi. Because my card theme is so all over the place, I feel like having my opponent's creatures will end up netting me more synergy.
Oh, please be
It's a weird place to be in a game of Magic the Gathering, but gain some life. Very good. Ouch. Oh, the Imposter, okay. This is a very slow game. Next turn we just play Golos. We couldn't do it this turn because of a tap line, but I think these are the best tap lands ever printed. Like, I think that's about where they're at.
Don't bother me, or else.
And the reason for that... Unblockable now. Scary stuff. We will play Golos. Get another Triumph. Closest one, because we want to be lazy. Give Davriel a smack. Oh, they get follow the imposter now. No, they don't. Okay.
Dare you interrupt tea time?
Player discards your turn. Okay. We discarded during our turn. Didn't matter. Don't look in my graveyard, opponent. This isn't that game, right? Like, this isn't that game? Ooh, not that game. Because I think in the first game, the first thing we pitched to a discard spell was a Jin-Gitaxias, which would be pretty scary.
Oh, please behave yourself.
So, they have ability number 147096. Which I don't know what that does, but, you know. Joke time that Arena is owned by a small indie development team. You know, they can't afford to fix things like this all the time. And I mean, Davriel has only been on Arena for like so long, an unreasonable amount of time. Yeah, it could have been. We could actually we could use this to kill a Davriel. We would lose the trade, but sure.
Don't bother me, or else.
What did we draw, opponent? Okay, they're trying to kill me now. That's not cool. Yikes. Yikes. Another triumph. Another triumph. Okay, there's a triumph. Yep, here's triumph. Get out here. We are dead this turn, though. Your opponent has played with their food enough. They see a path to victory. And it is an unblockable giant.
Well, you're looking worse for wear.
I think that's enough. The old kill your boy on the way out. Very, very sad. We have one more, right? One more game to prove our favorite artist right. Right, I guess is not the right word. What? No words. No words, brain empty. I don't know. To prove how cool the artwork is. Not that one. That's the land. It serves a different purpose in the deck. It allows me to cast my 5-color pile. implement. If we had ordered it, we could have actually cast a spell this turn, but we know. Well, we could have, but we would have had to take a hit like turn 3. Ooh, we have Newt and Cauldron. That's good. I think we tap Finn. He doesn't untap. We Newt to shut down the ankle biter. We gotta draw more lands. That's where we're at. And I think if we don't, we probably just get overran. But if we do, we might actually be able to blunt this Finn assault that we're gonna get caught up in. World Tree. Okay, our opponent has predicted that a long game could be happening. Okay, enough. You go top 3 cards of your library, you can put them in hand. You pay 3 life. Or if your opponent doesn't pay 3 life. No to the triumph. Okay, fair enough. I am a dangerous deck, so it's possible that giving me card advantage or mana advantage fix things up for me. Enough for training ground, so it was a tap land. It didn't deserve this. But these actually might be the best tap lands. They might be the better tap lands. The thing is, like, you get mini card advantage in the surveil lands, which is nice. It's a good thing to have. What are we doing, opponent? Do we have 0 mana spells? We do. Okay, worth a bigger. Fair enough. Take action. Take action. Let's go grab another Triumph. We might just lose to poison if we're too slow. Like if our opponent tempos 2 or 3 removal spells for the next few turns, like that, we will just die to removal. Or to Finn's poison triggers. We are gonna Wooded Footlands, but we're gonna grab an untapped land. Probably a black source. So we can play this. We can play this. We can play this. Like, we have good card advantage. They're weird cards upon it. I wouldn't expect to see them in a Brawl deck too, but it's the name at the bottom that makes the difference. That creature doesn't untap. Okay, so we can still Ice Queen. You slow. I think I blocked the 5. I just take 4. Mr. Golos has returned. Still have 2 chump blockers in the pocket. And this will probably get them to sacrifice their dinosaur. You are a dinosaur, right? Nope, you're a varmint. A varmint. A varmint. So let's grab a Veil land, probably. I don't need another Veil land, so you can go to the bin. I want an untapped land. Gotta say, part of the power of a fetch land package is that you can manipulate what decks remain in the library and what decks don't remain in the library, right? Tapped it do B, opponent. Tapped it do B. We got things now. We got things. Ouch. I think we still die. I'm gonna block here, because that's our only real chance. We need 2 creatures to survive, and we just don't have that. And we know what we're drawing.